guys, happy summer. Hope July has been a wonderful month for you. It's been fun-filled for us. We've been really enjoying summer. It's been beautiful weather. We've been really lucky this month especially. I just feel like the weather has just been so cooperative. It hasn't been like oppressively hot or extraordinarily humid. It's just been really nice, especially the last couple of weeks. So we've been taking full advantage and really enjoying ourselves a little fun in the sun, with sunscreen, of course. Anyway, today I'm going to share my favorites with you from the past month, including clothes, personal care item I've been loving for the past several months. Let's see, home goods, multimedia, tasty treats, and of course some of my mommy picks for my infant and toddler at the very end of the video. So, the clothing item today. I bought myself my first official pair of mom shorts. I haven't worn shorts like this kind of shorts, not like athletic shorts. I mean shorts that you wear during the, that aren't athletic shorts, I don't know what to say, in years, because I've been really self-conscious about my legs and especially my thighs, and I've just like haven't wanted to go there. But the thing is, it's summer, it's hot, I want to wear shorts, but I also want to feel comfortable wearing whatever shorts they are around, anybody really, but also just around my kids, just to wear something, I don't know, a little bit more covering. Am I being like overly modest? I'm not sure. So I've been on the hunt for a great pair of Bermuda shorts for, I feel like, a couple of years. And this year I finally was like, and I just never never bit the bullet and bought any, because I was just like, oh, those won't look good on me. And this year I was finally like, you know what? Screw that. I'm just gonna buy a pair and we're gonna see what happens. So I found these on Zappos. They no longer sell them on Zappos, but I actually found them on Amazon, and I'll link them for you if you guys want to check them out for yourself. These are by Mavi. Wait, I wrote it down. They're the Carly Mid-Rise Bermuda Short. This is what they look like. Pretty exciting, I know. They run true to size. They're like, I bought them in the same size as all my other pants. I think they're like numbered sizes instead of like medium, large, that sort of thing. I think they're like 27. Yeah, so I wear a 27 in jeans, and these are a 27 in shorts. Same. And they fit great. And they are a little bit stretchy, so they do kind of stretch out as the day goes on. They start out, like after I pull them out of the dryer, they're kind of like jeans. They're a little bit more snug, but they're not like tight. And then through the course of the day, they kind of loosen up. And they have just been great. I've really enjoyed wearing them. Maybe they're not the most attractive or the most flattering on my body type. I really decided this year, I just don't care. I want to wear shorts, even if they're not really short shorts. It feels like such a huge step for me to A, even buy them, and B, wear them on video. If you watched my fridge organization video, actually popped in clips of me like walking around in my shorts, and I didn't think I was gonna do that, so I'll pop in a little footage here if you guys want to see what they look like on me. Like I said, maybe not the most flattering for my figure. Maybe I should stick with capris. That's what I wear most of the time, but when it's a hotter day and I want to wear something a little cooler, those have been great, and they move so well with my body because I am up and down, squatting, sitting on the floor, basically lunging around after my kids, and they move well with me. So I can't recommend them enough if you're looking for a good pair of mom jeans. My accessory favorite for this month is a really fun one, and it's these little band buttons by my friend Brooke from Bibbidi Bobbidi Brooke, who makes the best mouse ears if you're a Disney fan. I will put a link to her shop below, but also her Instagram account, so you can see her products. And also, if you're a Disney fan, she posts a lot of Disney World trip photos and things like that, and she's just a really sweet person altogether. So she makes really cute ears, right? And then she makes kind of ear related products, and she came out with these little band buttons about a month ago. She released these, and these are so cute. So I'll try to show you. They have this little button on the back, and they are designed to fit really well into the magic bands for the parks, that the passes and like your key to the world and all that is stored on your magic band now. They also work really well in smartwatches or any watch band that has a hole like this. So I keep one right on my little wrist here, and I love it because it's not like kind of in your face. I'm wearing like a Disney thing, which I wouldn't have a problem with anyway, but if you want something subtle, but I can see it, and it's like just a little bit of Disney magic on my wrist. And she has several different ones out right now. I think they're currently sold out, but I'm sure she'll be restocking in the future with different designs and things. But I also have this black and this white one with the gold backing, and then that pink one with the rose gold backing. They're super, super cute, and they're actually really easy to put on. I'll try to show you. So here's my watch. You can see, does not like leave an indent in my wrist or anything. It's really awkward to show you this. Like it does, I don't even notice it's there. They just pop out. Let's pop in this pink one. Here, let me see if it will focus on it. Yeah, so you just kind of use a little tiny bit of force and it pops right in. And then it is super, super cute. Look how cute that is. Isn't that adorable? I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. I think it's so sweet, and it's just such a nice little pop of Disney magic on your watch band. Oh, I put it in the wrong hole. I usually put it on the second one. Anyway, I really wanted to share that with you. This is a really sweet product. She makes pins. She has a charity line. She donates the proceeds to charity. Of some products she has, and I actually have, she was so sweet and sent me a set of 4 to give away. I'll pan in a little close-up of these. All the ones I have to show you, the rose gold one with the glitter, and then the white glitter one, and the black glitter one, and the pink glitter one. So sweet of her to do that. So it'll be one of my standard giveaways. There'll be one winner. It's open internationally, and if you'd like to enter the win, there'll be a link below for you guys to do so. For a personal care item, I have gotten into dry brushing. This is a habit that I really need to get the hair on. I'm also shedding a lot because I'm postpartum, so there's like just hair everywhere. This is a habit I picked up, I would say at about a month even postpartum. So it's been about 5 months now that I've been doing this pretty much on a daily basis. There are a few days where I forget, but here and there. But for the most part, I do this. It takes like 30 seconds to do my whole body, and I do it right before I get in the shower in the morning. And I actually do it in the shower, so any dead skin that comes off is just like in the shower, you know, and just washes away. You can't like see the skin coming off, but I just learned what was the motivator. Right, so I was 1 month postpartum. I noticed the skin on my legs was getting kind of bumpy. I have this, I can't remember what it's called. Growing up, we always called it the bumpy arm disease. I'm not sure that's a really great connotation, but it's just something, it's a genetic thing I've had. I know my dad has it too. Some people call it chicken skin. I feel like the condition starts with a P. It's very common. We have this like bumpy skin. Mine has gotten significantly worse since I was pregnant with my first child, almost 3 years ago now. Oh yeah, 3 years ago now, and it just hasn't improved since then. But honestly, whatever, I've kind of grown used to it. We'll see I don't know. I've never like actively like tried to get rid of it or anything. I'm nursing now, so I'm not gonna do anything like that, but maybe in the future, I don't know. Anyway, I noticed that I've only ever had this on the back of my arms, long story short. And I noticed I was starting to develop a kind of similar thing on my legs, and I was like, oh no, I don't want that to happen. So I started researching ways to, kind of help with skin, and I saw a video on dry brushing. It's actually the first video from Lilikoi, Hawaii, who I talked about in a few videos ago as a multimedia favorite. It's the first video of hers I ever watched, and she talked about this dry brushing, and she showed her dry brushing routine, and I was intrigued. And I've been doing it since, and I noticed almost immediate results in terms of my skin texture. Like within a week, I would say, my skin was just so soft. The little bumpy weirdness on my legs disappeared, and it just felt like my skin was more kind of springy. I don't know how to say, like elastic, not like loose or anything. And I do this basically from my collarbone down every morning, and I'm not gonna do a tutorial because ain't nobody want to see that, but I will link Lily's video below for you guys if you want to see. I bought the brush that she recommended. This is one that's made with man-made materials. I think it's a wooden brush, but I think the bristles are Somebody said they're like coconut fiber. I don't know. They're not boar bristle, let's just say that. If you get a boar bristle brush, which is much more common, it'll be a lot more, this is like a softer, I think, than a normal body brush would be, but it works fine. I find it still effective. And it has this other side that you can use to help with cellulite and stuff, which is, and she did a video on that too, and it's something that I want to try, but I just don't have a lot of time in the morning. There's kind of a crunch time for me to get in the shower at all for a couple of minutes. So that's maybe down the road, I'll work on that side. But anyway, I really like the long handle because you can get like your upper back, and it's just easier to reach, kind of those hard to reach places. And it's really great, and I couldn't recommend it enough. So this was really cheap too. It was like, I don't know, 15 bucks or something on Amazon. And they have, you know, there's like dozens of varieties of this, depending on what your needs are. Like I said, if you want a stiffer bristle, the boar bristle ones will offer you a little bit more in terms of circulatory vigorousness, I would say. But if you want a non-animal version, this would be a good one. Okay, home goods, jars. Another thing, I talked about these jars in my fridge organization video, and I got a lot of questions about them, so I thought I'd bring them up here. They've definitely been a favorite, so it kind of works out. These are by Ball, and they're spiral mason jars. I bought mine at Target. They have a 16-ounce version and a 28-ounce version. My 28-ounce one here is still wet because I just washed it, so. But I use these in my fridge mainly for food storage, and I love them. What I really like about them, and what I was drawn to them initially for, was that I figured because they kind of, here I'll show you, it's a little easier to see on this end, since they kind of bend in a bit, bow in a bit, I would say, in the middle, I felt like it would be easier to hold, especially with a bigger jar, and it does. And I don't know if you can see, but the design has a little bit of a, like a ridging to it, which also gives you a little bit of grip. So if you are grabbing something out of the fridge, it's easy to grip these. And that's the one thing about like using a lot of glass for storage that I get nervous about. Glass like this, that's more prone to breaking, as opposed to glass like rectangular or square storage containers that tend to be more like Pyrex or a little bit more robust, I would say. This is definitely like a thinner glass. I just worry about things breaking, especially with little ones around. Having a good grip on something makes a big difference. So I've only seen those at Target. I haven't been able to find them on Amazon except for like really expensive. It's like $8 or $9 for a set of 4 at Target for both sizes. I wonder if they sell them at Walmart. They might, but I really like those, and I highly recommend them if you're looking for a jar. I haven't canned in, I mean, they're obviously canning jars. Some of the people commented on my video that the canning lids tend to rust after a long time in the fridge. So you can buy plastic or stainless steel lids to go on top that are not canning safe, but if you're just using them for storage, it might be a nice alternative. So thank you to everybody who suggested that, because that's something I will probably look into myself for sure. And then for multimedia, there's like a couple of guilty pleasure things in my multimedia section for this past month, but I realize this is probably going to come as a bit of a surprise to anybody who's been following me for quite some time. But my favorite YouTube channel to watch lately has been one called, what is it called? I want to say it right, Living Big in a Tiny House. So you probably are familiar with the tiny house movement. It's something that has been kind of trendy in the past few years, I would say, where people make homes out of trailers, or they convert buses or vans or anything like on wheels basically, or anything just like really small. It's sort of this trend towards more minimalist living, smaller living, off the grid living, all of which I find extremely fascinating. And I mean, you might be like having a little chuckle to yourself while I talk about this, because you're like, Jen, you live in a big house and you have so much stuff. How can you, like, how can tiny house living be that interesting to you? But it is. It is. I think it might surprise you to know that my like kind of fantasy life, I mean, I love my life, right? But everybody has a dreams, right? There's nothing wrong with having dreams. My little dream life is to kind of live mostly off the grid in a little mountain cottage in the middle of nowhere, but on a mountain. And just not have a lot of stuff, not need a lot of space, and just living very simply. That is my fantasy life. And the reason I found this channel actually was a video about this cute little cabin in a forest. And if I can find that exact video, I will link it in a card for you, because it is a really awesome house, cabin. Totally worth watching that video. But yeah, there's something you probably didn't know about me, that's like my biggest daydream. When I go off daydreaming in my head, it's living in that kind of situation. But anyway, I really enjoy looking at videos of people's tiny houses, and it just fascinates the organizer person in me, you know, the person who likes organization, where they find ways to, like, creative ways of storage and arranging their little homes in these tiny spaces, you know, sometimes only 100 square feet even. And I just find it so fascinating. And my favorite, though, bit about it is watching how people inject their personalities into these tiny spaces and really make them homes. So I love that channel. It's really fun to watch. There's several channels like that too, but that's definitely been my favorite. So that's when I wanted, like, kind of escape into fantasy land. I go watch some living big in a tiny house on YouTube. And then my other kind of guilty pleasure, multimedia favorite, has been the soundtrack, listening to the soundtrack from the movie Sing. This is an animated movie, really cute movie with a great cast. I don't even think I've seen the movie in its entirety. My daughter loves any like segments of movies or shows that have singing and dancing in them. She's 2.5, like she doesn't watch a whole movie yet. Like she really doesn't have like the attention span for that or the desire to do that, and that's fine. She really just likes watching like anytime there's a song or dancing. So we've definitely watched clips from the movie Sing like a bajillion times because she loves it. She loves all the songs from that. And I finally just downloaded the soundtrack because she always wanted to listen to it in the car, and I was just like searching for individual songs, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna get the whole soundtrack. And I actually really love the soundtrack. It's like my go-to like uplifting jam lately. Like, of course, my daughter wants to listen to it anyway, so that makes it, you know, a win-win in the car. And it's just, I don't know, the songs on it have just got me like, yeah, it's like my feel-good mix lately. So I wanted to mention that because there's some really good music on that. And it's a really cute movie if you haven't seen it. I will post links to both the soundtrack and the movie if you guys want to check that out. But it's a really cute movie. Honestly, I don't think I've watched the whole thing, like in chronological order, but great cast and awesome soundtrack. For tasty treats, as many of you know, I've been on this plant-based journey the past couple months, which is going awesome, and I will update you guys on that again in maybe like a month or two. But I have been trying out different treats because one of the things I just wasn't sure how would translate would be baking without using animal products like eggs or dairy, like butter, milk, cream, all those things. Because I love baking. I haven't really made time for it in recent years, but I do love it. It's one of the things that I've always enjoyed doing in the kitchen, where I haven't always enjoyed cooking, although now I'm really interested in cooking. Baking I've always really enjoyed. So it's been fun for me to test out different plant-based baking recipes, and I found a couple that I really enjoyed making this past month from Pickup Lines, which is somebody who I really enjoy following on YouTube. She'd be in the multimedia favorite, but I felt like I wanted to talk about her in the tasty treats category, so I will put a link to her YouTube channel below. She also has a blog. I will post that as well. The two recipes that I have been really enjoying, I've only made them one time each, but they're definitely going to be repeats, are and I wrote these down, the One Bowl Chewy Double Chocolate Chip Cookies. These are not cookies, you guys. These are like brownie cookies. Brookies? I don't know. That didn't make any sense. But they are so decadent. The main kind of oil binder is coconut oil. So they're definitely you know, an indulgent treat. But they've got really good ingredients. You know, they've got raw cacao in them, and dark, you know, dark chocolate, if it's not laden with, you know, milk and sugar, is actually pretty good for you with antioxidants and stuff like that. So yummy, and I'm definitely going to be making those again for the family when we're in Utah in the next month in August, like basically now. And then the other one, kind of a healthier treat, is the chocolate fudge brownie bites. These are so good. I wasn't sure at first because I've never really been a big date person. Like, I mean, the dates, are they called medjool dates? I think is the ones that I've been buying. But I'm growing to appreciate them more and more, especially as I've been cutting back a bit on refined sugars and things like that. It's not like I never ever have refined sugar. Obviously, I made that other recipe has sugar in it, but it's nice to find alternatives sometimes if you want a little something sweet, but you don't really want to consume refined sugar all the time. These are great because literally all that's in them is cashews, raw walnuts, raw cacao powder, the dates, a tiny bit of salt. And you can add in some dark chocolate if you want a little extra kick of chocolate. You don't have to. And basically they make these almost like a really fudgy dough that you have to keep, and you roll into balls and you keep it stored in the freezer, but it doesn't freeze hard. It just keeps it solid. This is the perfect little bite if you just need a little something sweet, you want a little taste of chocolate without like spiking your blood sugar like all the way up out the roof. They're really, really good. My one tip with these would be to absolutely make sure you get all the pits out of your dates before you put them in the food processor. I did not carefully do this and I regretted it deeply because the pits are like hard as rocks and they will kill your food processor if you leave them in there. Luckily, I fished them out before they were able to do that, but yum, so good. Something I definitely plan on keeping on my freezer basically all the time. So if I don't want to eat like a really indulgent, I like sweets. I have a big sweet tooth. I like to have a little something sweet every day. I do. You know, I've gone through sugar-free periods. I've done all that, and I'm just a little happier when I have a tiny bit of something sweet in my day. It doesn't mean I need to indulge in like a vat of ice cream every day, you know, to be happy. But finding the alternatives like this for just to have a little taste of something without feeling like really like disgusted with myself or ill afterwards is great. So they're great to have on hand in the freezer, and I plan to always have them on hand in my freezer if I can help it. Plus, they actually have quite a bit of protein in them with all the nuts, healthy fats. Cacao has a lot of antioxidant properties. So, I mean, they're actually, you can think of them as a healthier treat, I would say. And then lastly, okay, my mommy picks. I wanted to talk about some of my bath time favorite things. My favorite baby support, and I did not have this for Charlotte. I bought this for my son because we had the 4 Moms baby bath that I had with my first, and then we used it again with my second when he was a newborn. It fits snug right on top of the kitchen sink, which is great, but then you can also use it in the big bathtub when you need a little more leverage. So at about 6 weeks old, he kind of outgrew, like it was just getting harder to bathe him in the sink, mainly because he was just really splashy and it was getting water everywhere. So I moved him up to the bathroom, but I realized he really didn't, he didn't like sitting in that bath that much. Like he couldn't get all the way wet, and he really likes the water. So he wanted to be more submerged, it felt like to me. So I found this Angel Care baby bath support at Target. It's really inexpensive. I think it's like 15 bucks. It's really great. It has served as such a great little tool for me as a mom of 2. Because not only is it great in the bath, Donnie loves it. He fits in it great. He's 6 months. He still fits in it wonderfully. He'll use it until he can really confidently sit up by himself, which will be a little while longer. He's just started working on his independent sitting, I would say. But great in the tub. I like how it's pretty porous, so it dries well. It doesn't get mildewy. You don't have to worry about it like collecting water, and it's also pretty compact, so it's easy to store and such. But it also acts as a great little kind of impromptu seat with my toddler, who, you know, she's 2.5. we're in the bathroom a lot with, you know, you just gotta keep on top of them with the potty stuff and just make sure that you're, you know, getting in the bathroom frequently. And sometimes I need both hands with her to help her with her clothes or wiping or whatever. If you're a mom, you know, that's just, before you're a mom, you just don't even, you think, oh, potty training, it takes a little while and then they're good, they're done. No, it is years before they are like fully able to do the whole bathroom thing all the way on their own. Or so I'm told. So that's a bit of a mommy tip from me to you. Not a mommy tip, it's like an eye opener. It's like, it's not just potty training. It's like, there's more to it than that. Anyway, so sometimes I need both, a lot of the times I need both hands, and I can't be holding him at the same time. And like I said, he can't sit independently all the way yet, securely, especially in the bathroom where there's tile and it's the bathtub. I don't want him to hit his head if he falls over or something. So I keep the little baby, the bath support on the kids' bathroom floor when it's not in use in the bathtub, and it's a great place to just plop him down, and he's right there, and he can move his arms and legs and interact with us, but I don't have to be holding him for the few minutes we're in the bathroom all together, because we do all spend a lot of time in the bathroom together. Anyway, that's been wonderful, and I couldn't recommend it more. And then a couple of toys. One of my pet peeves is bath toys with holes in them. The squirty toys, so much fun, right? Great, love it. They collect water. I am so diligent about squeezing the water as much as possible out of those toys as often as possible. They get moldy. They just do. So I have to toss them regularly. It upsets my daughter, who gets really attached to some of them. So I finally found a couple of different toys that I really like. Actually, some that I've had since Charlotte was a baby. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce this brand. I'm gonna say Ka-Ocho bath toys. Don't know. These are natural rubber, I believe. They are hermetically sealed. Yeah, they're pure natural rubber, and they're hermetically sealed. So they literally, water can't go in or out of them. They float, and they're great for playing, and also for my infant for teething. He especially likes the little seahorse. So we had the little whale and the turtle when Cece was infant, and she still plays with them. And then I bought a couple new ones for Donnie, just to have, because I got rid of so many of our more porous bath toys. I wanted to buy some more sealed ones. These are really great. They're a little on the pricey side, but they are natural rubber, which is more labor intensive, and you know, and I just love that they are sealed and cannot grow mold. And then for Cece, she loves rubber ducks, and I have bought those kind of cheap standard ones that you get at Target for the different holidays and stuff, and she loved them. But again, they have a little hole in the bottom, and they collect water regardless of how much you try to get the water out. So I finally found these little Boone. They're by a company called Boone, and they're called the Odd Ducks. First of all, they're so cute. They come with names. I think this one's name is Bob, and this one's name is Jane, and then Slim, and I can't remember this one. Cece has renamed them Daddy Duck, Mommy Duck, Cece Duck, and Donnie Duck, which I think is super cute. So they are absolutely sealed. They do not get water in them. They're BPA free, they're PVC free, they're phthalate free. They are also float upwards, like they float right sides up. Another pet peeve of mine is how the rubber ducks always tipped over, and Cece hated it too. She wanted them to like swim like a real duck. These have a little bit of a weighting on the bottom, so they actually stay upright. Like you can throw them in the bath and they pop right back upright. The only one that flips over sometimes is the pancakey kind of one because of the shape of it, but it does float right side up when it is oriented that way. So those would be some of my little bath time picks if you're looking for something that does not harbor mold. And that the baby bath seat has just been such a great kind of multitasker for us. That's all the favorites I have to share with you today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'd love to know what you've been loving for the past month. If you care to share, I always like it when you guys share that with me. It's fun to see what everybody else is into. And I will see you guys real soon. Thank you so much for watching, and take care. Bye.